What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another edition of GeekCypha here on Free X Agents Media on YouTube and GeekCypha TV on Twitch.
What up?
Oh,
How's everybody doing? How have you guys been?
good,
Life's
good.
We got the homies in the studio. We got Jaws. We got Janessa. We got Mark with a mouth. How you been?
Hello. Oh man, all good, all good. Nothing too crazy these streets other than some of the news going on, some rumors and such.
I mean, what rumors have you been hearing? Are they about me?
There's a lot of rumors.
Is it
about
my
you.
drug addiction?
I mean,
You have a drug addiction?
I
I'm
mean,
joking.
it just starts with an M, but it's fine. It's not all drugs.
Did you?
M. Molly? Meth? I said Molly first.
I was like,
I always go to a-
here's where his drug habits were going.
I always go to a lady's name.
Oh,
You
weird.
said it starts with an M. I was like, Molly. Yeah, she's a pretty lady. Funny enough, I've had this conversation so many times. I've never done any drugs, and I've been telling this story about the one time I not tried, but I had to do. Actually, I didn't have to. You know, I'll start from the beginning. I had a headache in class when I was in CEGEP, and for those of you who are listening who are not from Quebec, CEGEP is that kind of in between high school and university in Quebec. We have a very specific structure. It's a little weird. Shoot us. So I was in CEGEP, and I'm in my religion class. I'm in liberal arts, and in that religion class, we're talking about the Abrahamic faiths. You know, the faiths, the Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And I knew quite a bit about that because I went to church as a kid. So I was like, oh, I'm going to know stuff this week. And I'm all excited, but I have a really bad headache. And my homie, Tiff, is sitting next to me. And I'm like, yo, Tiff, do you got any Tylenol? She's just like, yeah, I got you. And she gives me Tylenol with codeine.
Okay.
Now,
God damn.
Ryan has never done any drugs whatsoever. Never smoked weed. I've
Okay.
never taken Molly, as much as I was just joking. I've never done anything recreational. And I also never really take painkillers that are stronger. The only time I ever did was when I had my teeth pulled. And other than that, and this is before I had my teeth pulled, because, yeah. So in the timeline of things, I actually had my teeth pulled after this. So that makes sense as to why I had no clue what was happening to me. Because I'm in this class and I pop not one, but 2 Tylenol with codeine.
Oh, fool. They always say take one first.
I know, but I didn't.
Take 2. And
Jaws, I didn't.
Start working in the hospital too.
I didn't know what codeine was,
So then-
which is
so-
also
so-
a reason why I shouldn't have taken it. Probably it's better.
So then, how did the rest of that unfold?
I immediately started feeling lightheaded and weird and like lethargic. Like my body kind of just felt like jello. And I was just like, kind of plopped my head down. And the teacher is just like, and when Abraham tried to take his son as a sacrifice, and I was like, and I'm like trying to raise my hand, but my hand is like jelly, like just like my head's down on the desk, my right hand's across the desk, and my left hand is just it's waving, but not actually raised because it's just like slightly up by my face. Like he's doing it for God. He's doing it for God, and that was me in class.
Oh my gosh!
Needless to say,
You got
Yeah,
a
it
one
was-
for participation.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right up
yeah,
in
yeah.
the front of the class. You're like, I got this. No.
And shout outs to Tiff and Kat because they had to help me out of the classroom after because I could barely stand. But you know, thanks for drugging me, Tiff. That's
The only experience I had like that was when I got my wisdom teeth out.
And
I
you
was
felt
on,
yeah.
what do
What
you
were
call
you on?
it?
That good shit. Go ahead. What were you-
Anesthesia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
But when I
General?
woke up from it,
Okay, yeah.
I was like, I was not okay.
Yeah. Well, isn't that famous video on YouTube of the kid Charlie? Like, or is what's the one?
What?
With the kid in the back.
Charlie's bit my finger. No.
Oh, sorry. Who's the kid that like his dad took him after surgery and the dad records him and puts one of the first YouTube viral videos is this kid in the backseat of the car
Yeah.
high as a kite
Yeah.
because he just went to the dentist. And funny enough, they accredit videos like that. That video, Charlie, like the finger Charlie thing, and SNL's Andy Samberg and what's his name?
Lazy Sunday.
Lazy Sunday. They credit those like Yeah, those digital shorts. They credit those 3 videos amongst others, but those are 3 videos that are credited with helping YouTube become as popular as it was because it was the
Oh wow.
first space where you could share those videos. I always forget that YouTube only started 19
Yeah.
years
Doesn't feel like it.
ago.
Well,
He's not
I
that-
always kind of remember it where I
Crazy.
think the guys that created it, they wanted to see the Super Bowl slip up with Justin Timberlake and
Right.
Janet Jackson. So they couldn't find it anywhere online, and so they kind of made a site so they could post it and then they could watch it again.
I love that in every single world, every single evolution in technology, perversity is what got us there. Like perverted men needing a way to watch Janet Jackson's boob on screen is why we have YouTube. And that's disgusting, but also ingenuity.
I mean,
That's what we're going to say.
It's just like the DVD, right?
We've had this discussion.
Yeah.
VHS over Betamax, DVD over Laserdisc, Blu-ray over HD
But the-
DVDs.
But the creation of Blu-ray, no?
I don't know if it's the creation. I just know. I know it's the. I know that every step of the way, the 2 industries that have helped solidify which path we took for our content, our like physical content back in the day. RIP physical content. They're trying to get rid of it, but it was always Disney and the porn industry. Whatever one they backed.
I think for DVDs it was also the
Genesis.
PS2. I think it was also the PS2 because you bought a game system and you got a,
It's like Genesis face, like,
DVD player with
What a
it.
dirty
So
world. That's awesome though.
Said a DVD player with what?
I think the PS2 also helped.
Yeah, because of
When you
games.
Yeah.
right?
bought a
Oh,
PS2,
okay,
you
okay.
just got a
Yeah.
DVD player with it,
Right.
so you didn't have to go and
Yeah.
buy a separate one. You
Yeah.
already had it.
Sony's smart. Sony was just like, listen, we just picking sides here. We know what's
They're
up.
part of the consortium. Sometimes they win and sometimes they lose. I mean, with Betamax, they lost. That was them.
Yeah.
With UMDs, they lost. With Minidisc, they lost. They lost a lot more times than they won. To be
They've
very honest.
they lost with Crackle. They lost with Crackle. For those of you who don't remember, the original Fast TV was Sony's Crackle.com. It was a website dedicated to just all of Sony's library. You could watch any of Sony's movies, all of them, all their old school stuff. I used to watch stuff on there all the time. No region lock either, which was probably the bigger issue because you could just watch stuff anywhere in the world. But Crackle was the original one, and it was like Tubi, Pluto, all those guys now. Sony did it first with Crackle.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a while ago. And the
Crackle originally had comedians in cars getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld.
they had that too. Okay,
They had that originally. That was their original show.
okay.
And Crackle died, and they moved. They moved over an extra season on Netflix.
And it sucks. I didn't even realize it died. I just one day I went onto Crackle and it was gone, and I was just like,
Oh,
"What?"
That's gotta be a pretty
we
big bummer.
we got a little comment here. Crackle was crap. Damn, Lee J. Lee J coming out early with the nasty. Okay. I mean, I
saying
thought
the
Crackle
app.
was
I'm saying
okay.
Specifically, the app for it.
I don't know. He said Crackle was crap, and then he wrote separately the app though.
Yeah.
Is that what he means?
I think so. I think he's saying the content was good, but maybe just accessing the content wasn't.
Okay.
See,
I never
wasn't
downloaded.
user friendly.
Yeah, I never downloaded the app. I just went on the
I got-
website.
I
like
got
I
the app
streamed
on-
from my phone.
I got the app on my PS3. That's what I remember. So that's
Well,
what
yeah, because it came with Sony's products at the time.
Yeah.
See, Sony was doing it right from the beginning, and then gave up when the streaming war started. And I've always thought to myself, I get it. Like, if you didn't want to fight with the big dogs, I got you. I get why.
I think it was just because they
I
weren't
mean, there were
making
so
money
many
off of it.
competitors.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
they couldn't-
sorry, Josh. I'll let you finish.
I was just saying that I think they couldn't pivot it to make money. Like, hey, we're giving you this for free. How about you pay for it? And everyone goes,
But there,
no.
But you didn't need to. They had advertising. But okay, I'll say this. I think you're right. When all these streaming services started, none of them had advertising.
Mhm.
Crackle still had ads, and everyone was tired of ads, so they were trying to get away from ads. So
Yeah.
that's the problem. They were
Yeah.
too early.
It always happens when you're
Yeah. There's always someone who's like, guys, I've discovered fire, and then it just doesn't do anything. And then someone else comes along and says like, yo, I figured out a way to cook food so we don't all die. And it's like, oh shit, this fire thing is the bomb. Meanwhile, the guy who originally had fire is just standing over there like, Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess no one cared what I had to do. I could have figured out that
what I had to do.
I guess I could have figured out that the fire cooked. Okay, but y'all just didn't give me a chance. I see how.
Well, I mean, you brought the fire. Hey,
yeah, you brought the fire to the party.
But from going from old news to new news or actual news,
I do want to get one of the news. Speaking of the streaming wars, HBO has decided to change Max to HBO Max. Guess what? They're going backwards.
It's weird. Why? But like, so what does it matter if it's called Max versus HBO Max?
It's a branding thing, I would say.
Well, it's because you have to say. So they just want to say like, this is an HBO product.
Yeah, I see. My thing is, if my hottest commodity in my empire is HBO, and then I had the streaming version, which was HBO Max, that had other shows on top of the stuff that I have on HBO, I would want people to associate all of it with HBO. I like the fact that the show The Pit is a fantastic show, excellent show. Like, genuinely should probably win a bunch of awards in the coming year. As someone who's worked in a hospital and worked in an ER, The Pit is one of the closest, most accurate depictions I've ever seen. Everyone I talk to that I know who used to work in the ER has said the same thing. My folks who have both worked in the ER, I've told them about the show. They're like, "Oh, I got to check this out." I have friends who like just watched the show and were insanely obsessed with it, immediately binged it. Like, you couldn't let go. 15 hours of content. It's kind of hard to want to stop, but the show is just so intriguing. And The Pit was made by Max, but it's HBO. It's just a streaming version. Why would I not want to throw the name HBO on top of that?
But then my question is, why would you take it away even to begin with?
I don't know. You're not wrong.
I remember when we talked about it, we were like, this is a weird move.
Yes.
And then now you're going back. It's like, why?
Yes. It looks even weirder to go backwards. I agree with you.
It's like, yes, we fucked up is what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I agree with you. It's a weird thing. Branding is important in this day and age. And if you have a brand as strong as HBO, I don't understand why you wouldn't want it everywhere. And the fact that they only realized it again now seems weird to me. But there's probably some weird secret legal reason behind that we just don't know. Zaslav is just continuing to make money. And he probably did some weird shit that we will never find out. But something got paid off that was registered to Max that wasn't registered to HBO. And hush. This is pretty big news for those of us who are fans of Daredevil. Okay. Krysten Ritter officially returning as Jessica Jones for Daredevil Born Again Season 2.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I like her as an actress. She's really funny. I really liked her in Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 20.
Fantastic show.
Good show. I can't believe you canceled it.
Jaws. That show is amazing. James Vanderbeek is so good in it too. Like, not just her, James Vanderbeek, Eric Andre. The cast is crazy.
Everyone's so good in it.
What's really weird about Eric Andre in that show? He's a meek person. He's not he's crazy, wild Looney Tunes mofo. Hey, I almost gave Tyler Creator drugs. I almost gave him Viagra and he was gonna do my show. I didn't because that'd be unethical. It's like, wow. Oh, okay. Let me in.
No, honestly, but I love that show. It was so well done, and
like that one was. But Jessica Jones though was.
I
enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I heard the first season was good.
Yes, the first season of Jessica Jones is very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
With Purple Man.
Yeah, it was good.
It's fantastic.
Then there was a season 2.
Well,
then there was a season 3.
The season with her mom is not great.
Well, yeah, exactly. Everything. One of the endings of the the cliffhanger of one of the endings of I don't remember.
Yeah, Hellcat
or season 3. When she catches her what was it? Her phone on
it's
her
so funny because you literally every time we brought up the show, this is the thing you bring up that you hate every single time.
Because it just shows the quality of how low they got. That this is how fucking lazy that you write and you think this is like an oh my god. You hacking your phone. I must have superpowers. Moment is the stupidest effing thing.
I would
alive.
say.
Tell me it's intelligent writing. You're gonna sit there and tell me it's the best writing in the world?
Oh, whoa! You're pushing the bar because you said tell me it's intelligent and then tell me it's the best writing. Which one are you asking me?
Either both.
It can't be both. You got to give me one or the other.
No, I want you to respond to both questions.
Okay, so what's the first question? I'll respond.
Is it intelligent writing? Is that really the best you can do to display in a moment that she has powers? Considering everything else that has happened up until that point, that she's walking out of a room and just as she's going to the elevator, drops her phone and she catches it.
Yeah,
are you telling me that's the best way?
So I'll give it a little context. Her phone's about to fall onto the elevator, and possibly in between the like, you know how your phone might slip between that little gap.
Mm-hmm.
So her foot catches it, and that's how they kind of faded out on Hellcat, Jessica's best friend, who was an actress and blah blah.
Having powers.
Yeah,
that is supposed to mean she's superhuman.
Is she catching the phone with her bare foot?
No, she's like right phone.
She more or less has
with her toes,
pump sneakers on. She has like what's it called?
Yes, exactly. Like Jaws is doing. She catches it on her foot,
Boo. Or is it like this? Is it like this? Is it upright?
No, it's flat.
Could have maybe been impressive, but no.
Not an angle like this? Like
no.
That would be more impressive.
Not even. I'm not even taking any. I'm not taking any. You know, hold on. Wait 1 second. Jaws, choose any position you want. It's still fucking dumb.
Hold on. Can I ask a question?
It's dumb.
Can I ask a question? Are we saying it's not impressive to catch your phone on your foot as it falls? Sure. Like, just like,
I guess, but I feel like I kind of get what Dave's saying. Like, anyone.
Okay, let's put it this way. He's asking whether or not it's cool. Sure, it's cool. My question to you is: does that signify that you have superhuman abilities?
What I'm saying. No, anyone can technically.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
An example of the shitting writing from that entire season, which is also the season with her mom, which is just God.
I do,
it's
yeah.
So
it's really unfortunate because it started off strong and then it just.
They lost it. This is a perfect example of lost. You got a good first season and you completely fucked up the end.
I don't think Jessica Jones was as bad as that. I know a lot of people hated on the show. I think season 1 is probably second only to one of the Daredevil seasons, because season 1 is in storytelling wise sticks so close to Alias, the comic book run. It's really good. The acting is good. The action is good. And like the villain is so good. Like,
yes.
Kilgrave is his name?
Kilgrave is his name, yeah.
Kilgrave, like Tennant
does. Kilgrave or Purple Man, depending on.
Yeah. Tennant does such a good job being so dark. And like the fact that you find out that he's been using the neighbor, and there's so many like layers to all this stuff that's happening when you get to the end of the season. And Carrie-Anne Moss, right, the actress, coming back as being the lawyer, and like so many, like there's just great things done in that show, that and like really like nerdy side characters, like the guy who can run really fast. I don't remember his name, but he gets introduced because he's being hunted, and like you're getting good Marvel lore in that first season, and then
it's very far from grace, bro.
I don't think it's that far of a fall from grace, because I will say this. I will say this. It is nowhere near as bad as Iron Fist.
Hey, whoa, it's not.
No, but it's
not even. I don't. Why do you want me to go and rant about how bad Iron Fist is? Well, we don't need to do that. We don't need to open Pandora's box about how shit that is. He's the first person saying, "I want to come back." I don't want him back.
I'm just saying, Krysten Ritter has proven to us that she is capable of being Jessica Jones on a fantastic level, and her coming back for season 2 is what we needed, because boy, I'm telling you, when season 1 ended and we get this, we need an army, and he walks into a room of random nobodies. I am so angry in that moment.
It should have been Defenders.
It should have been the Defenders, at least 2 of the Defenders.
I bet you initially when they were planning it was. And then, as they were doing it,
you know what you need to do? Season 2 needs to start with them redoing that scene and Jessica's leaning against the wall out of frame.
Yeah.
Because if you do it any other way, where Jessica's
smart. No, you're like, I don't know who any of these people are. Well, and then she's off to the side and she's like,
yes,
that's because you can't see, Doc.
Yes, exactly.
See, Doc.
Yes, I'll take it. I will be happy being like, I didn't understand. It's out of frame. They did it. It's canon. The whole time she was there when he said he needed an army. I'm sold.
It's like his head tilts slightly in one of those cutscenes, so they add a new cutscene where it's like against another wall and all of the defenders are standing there.
Perfect. Give it to me, because the way they ended it made me so mad. It was so poorly done.
But yeah, I like, she does it. Don't get me wrong, she does a good Jessica Jones. If she's in the show, I hope it goes well. But I also, it's like didn't they have a romantic relationship? No, it was just
her
and the lawyer.
Luke Cage.
Her
and Luke Cage.
Yeah.
No, because I thought at one point they had something. I was like, I really hope that doesn't happen. But no, their interactions are purely through defenders.
Yeah, right.
Right.
What else we got? Neve Campbell has been cast as the voice of Polaris in X-Men 97 season 2. There was a lot of like online chatter about Neve Campbell being the live action Polaris, which I kind of didn't expect.
No, she age wise, it just wouldn't be.
Yeah,
all due respect to
no,
Neve Campbell,
I think that's fair. I think one of the things we've been asking for is, if you're going to bring in the X-Men, I don't want the X-Men to be older. I want them to be younger. And again, another reason why I don't want the Fox X-Men to come back, because I feel like you're bringing back older actors into a world where we need to move on. Like,
well, when it comes to Kelsey Grammer, the good thing about that is because of the makeup, it doesn't really. You could kind of surpass that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like Wolverine, you don't have that rule. Doesn't apply to Wolverine. It doesn't apply to Beast, and it doesn't apply to Nightcrawler, because those Wolverine, it doesn't matter, because in general it doesn't matter because of his age. But the other, anyone who's makeup, technically it doesn't matter, because it more matters on how you make them up.
I'm going to add this to the screen right now, because one of our watchers, listeners live, is telling us Deadline is reporting that Thunderbolts director is going to direct a new X-Men movie.
Oh yeah, I think we posted that up. I think who else mentioned that? I think the main writer for X-Men 97 mentioned it, and then I think also what was it? What's his name? Creator of X-Force.
Jeff Loeb?
No, other dude. Creator of Deadpool.
Liefeld.
Because I think Liefeld wrote on his, because they
yeah, but Liefeld needs to stop talking, because he keeps shitting on Disney and Marvel. So
but like,
he's not in the know for anything movie wise.
He's saying that stuff for his own.
But the thing I remember what happened was that was tweeted out, and then Liefeld was like, "Yo, you should have seen the short list for the directors that said no, that they didn't want to direct X-Men." And then Mayo actually said, I think he sort of corroborated, or he was like, yeah, like I see you.
Yeah. I mean, the Thunderbolts director did a fantastic job, and he can obviously work with an ensemble. That's one of the main things I think everyone's always looking for at this point. James Gunn can work with ensembles. This guy, Sheffer is his name, I think, for Thunderbolts director. But who else has done ensemble cast well?
I mean, I can't say that.
Sean Levy, because that's not an ensemble, it's just two of them.
It's not, but he's been able to direct many moving elements at once with Deadpool. You could argue that. Well, no, because the second one is kind of a team up, right? Like he does do X-Force.
2 people to me is not enough people.
No, X-Force.
Well,
he does X. It's brief,
X-Force.
but it was good when they were together. It was good.
Guys, I would argue 3 people. I would argue. I would argue with 3, and then maybe 4 with the kid. Sort of Colossus.
That's not a full team, and it's also not throughout the whole movie. Like it's like elements here, like this. I'm talking about like a Guardians of the Galaxy entire team story. Everyone gets some sort of story told. You feel emotional connection to almost every character. Like that's impressive that Gunn was able to do that multiple times. And it's impressive that Thunderbolts dude. I mean, Thunderbolts kind of just Yelena and Bob.
Because I was going to say, like, I mean, you guys know the thought about that movie, so it's hard for me to be unbiased towards my thought of the movie and then judge him independently as a director.
Did he direct each story and give the characters enough room to develop as characters? Which character are you saying isn't developed? This I have to hear.
Well, because I think he takes a lot from, like, sure, he takes them from, like, from the past. For example, U.S. Agent, I mean, he doesn't really have much going on.
He's the U.S. Agent. He's like disavowed.
That was established before him.
Yeah, but remember,
before the movie, yeah.
Yes, but we have to remind ourselves, this is one of the things that everyone keeps reminding me. Every time we say that, we need to remind ourselves the average person didn't watch all the shows.
I agree, but what I'm saying is that like you could have at least a reference point for his movie, whereas like when you have James Gunn's movies, it's purely him.
That's fair. I will say,
You know?
James Gunn does better from scratch. There's no TV show to give us kind of like Easter eggs about these characters or like a foundation for these characters. So that's a fair statement. But I would say that the director for Thunderbolts managed to do.
I was gonna say someone, but I don't think they'd ever do the type of movie though.
Who?
The guy who did Knives Out.
Oh,
big.
Ryan
It's
Johnson.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Ryan
big
Johnson's
cast.
good.
You got a lot of freaking moving pieces there.
A Ryan Johnson X-Men movie
Like, imagine.
isn't crazy. Now I know he didn't do the best job with Star Wars. The Last Jedi.
I also didn't love Knives Out.
Wait, he did the second Star Wars one?
The Last Jedi is Ryan Johnson.
No, don't touch my X-Men. Go away.
No, I didn't know that. Neither.
I like the second Star Wars movie because the first one that came out is like, hey, you liked old school Star Wars?
Right.
We're gonna do it again.
Yes.
And then,
JJ literally just retold the story.
and then he sets up a bunch of stuff like, let's get out of this goddamn Skywalker nonsense.
Yes.
Are you telling me this whole universe is just one bloodline?
Yeah,
but he didn't direct. Did he direct a third one? Because if you're gonna do that,
It went back to J.J. Abrams, and
Exactly,
J.J. Abrams does not know how to end any stories.
JJ only came back because the director that was supposed to do it did Fantastic Four and wrecked his career so badly. The Miles Teller, the Fantastic Four, his career,
really?
yeah, his career got.
I thought he ruined his career and they weren't even touching him anymore.
No, but he was supposed to direct the third one.
Oh,
and then his career got so burned because, like, you know, he went public about them not letting him edit it properly, and they reshot scenes. Like he was so like, and I don't blame him only. I blame the studio as well. But we know history is written by the victors, and the studios are the ones with the money, so they're the victors.
Mm-hmm.
So they rewrote the story to make it look like this man couldn't handle doing the film, and burned him. And then Disney dropped the idea of working with him, and then JJ came back.
So if I'm JJ, I'm going upside this guy's head for fucking up my whole shit.
no.
Yeah, but Ryan Johnson didn't mess it up. He just added his own thing to it, and I think
he brought it to the point of no return.
No, not at so.
I don't think so.
Oh, hold on. So
I'll let John say it because
the Ryan Johnson stuff was like, hey, let's make it so it's a bunch of other stuff and forget about the Skywalkers. We already killed Han. We did da. And then to bring it back, we're gonna bring back we're gonna bring back Palpatine again. Like,
yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
He's the mastermind. Snoke. No one gives a crap about Snoke. Get out of here. But no, he's Snoke is a failed.
The guy that he kills in the second.
No, Ryan killed.
Oh, yeah.
He split in half. Like for what?
No, I know that.
He also put Finn on a wild goose chase after he got his back split open in the end of the first one. So what are we talking about here?
Sarcasm.
I think
I know, but you know what I'm
I
saying.
think Boyega was like, yo, I should die like Han. Like my arc is done and there's nothing else left for me to do. And then
really? I thought
Y'all
Boyega
got me a
wanted
lightsaber and then did nothing with it.
I thought Boyega wanted to stick around, especially because
he wanted to, and then they screwed him over.
I think
he wanted that.
He read the script and was like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
you can't put me on a poster with a lightsaber in my hand the first movie and then have me riding some weird chocobo ass animal in the second movie doing nothing. Doing absolutely nothing.
I like the stuff that Johnson was saying, like, hey, what about the people that make all the money off of the ships from both sides?
Yeah.
Let's check that out. Instead of going to another desert planet, going to another like swamp planet.
Yeah, because the second one is the casino.
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually see, this is the thing. I know people didn't like Luke's return. Like that was a big problem with a lot of people. Luke kind of being like, Dave. Luke's return. We are getting a little off topic with it, so we'll go back in a second. But Luke's return and people not liking Luke's return, I think, is one of the things that gives that movie such a hard time. Because if you rewatch the movie now, it's nowhere near as bad as people make it out to be, and the casino stuff is actually very interesting. Anyways, but if we're really gonna look at it, Ryan Johnson directing X-Men, I think. I'm not mad at that.
I won't lie. I want to renege on my comment now because I know, but I was basing it purely on Knives Out and the other one. But now that you said this, I'm terrified because he's known to ruin good things now in my mind.
Has anyone ever seen any of his other movies?
That flipped really quick.
I'm sorry, but I didn't realize that. That's like that Luke is a big beef for me.
Yeah. He's done other great stuff.
Yes,
but
and he's also doing the show Poker Face right now.
I'm trying to see what else he did.
He also did Looper. Looper is a fun movie.
It was
Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce
okay.
Willis.
It was.
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah, like he does have a decent eye.
Yeah.
Actually, check it out. Who are the people, who's
Who's
the guys that made me care about Limitless? Give it to them. Not the movie, the show.
The producers of Limitless?
Producers or whoever did that. Because they did that.
Interesting.
Limitless season. Brian, you remember how we used to talk about
Limitless is a great TV show.
I remember I was the one that called out that Limitless would survive and everything else would die.
Yes, and you did. You did call that, yes. Limitless is a good one. I'd say also give it back to the Russos. I trust them.
Nah.
I don't want the Russos touching X-Men.
Really?
Yeah, look at their current stuff they're putting out.
Dude,
I haven't watched
I don't even want the
Gray Man.
Yeah, I don't even want the Russos to touch the Doomsday stuff. I'm sad that they're there. Like
really,
feeling it, then they're not feeling it. Don't force them back in.
Yeah,
but they said they do Secret Wars, so you know what I mean. Like I feel like
they
they're
said
really
that was the only way. Yeah,
they're stepping with their feet first in this one. I feel
they were honest. They said from jump the only way we would come back, and Robert said it too. I would only come back if those guys came back, and those guys said we would only come back if we got to do Secret Wars. Yeah, now, the thing that I would point out is when they're saying we can do Secret Wars, let's be honest, just like Civil War, we're not going to actually get Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to get the put it okay, but like let's really analyze it. Secret Wars 1, the comic,
yes,
was okay. But like to tell that story now on a big screen is doo-doo trash and could be done in 6 episodes. Secret Wars 2015, equally the same thing, but also like on Dune level type of long. Yes. Like you would have to make that 4 movies to do it proper. Because
I think that's the one they're aiming to do though.
Yeah, of course that is. But they're going to try to do that in like 2 movies in 6 hours versus doing like 3 films, because really you'd have to do shit. They're doing Marvel Zombies, so maybe that will tie in. But you'd have to do one on just the Thors. And then right, you'd have to do on just the Thors, and then Doom's whole ruling of like an old Doctor Strange or whatever. You'd have to do that. You'd have to mention how the Thing is a friggin' wall, so that has to be something. Then there's what's going on with the you have to do this one. You got to do this.
The A-Force, yeah.
A-Force was a spinoff, which was like, this is a section of Battle World where all the female heroes are just here. And
that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
that was a weird decision to put all the female heroes into their own.
All the ones that weren't accounted for, you're like, yeah, you're just over here.
All the women are just sitting over here. It's like, what are you doing, Marvel? Anyways,
so they'd have to do nods to all of that to make it proper. So no, we're not getting exactly what we'd expect for quote unquote Secret Wars. But I, as a fan who read Civil War, was very happy with the Civil War we got, especially with the character limitations. And we don't have those character limitations now. So we're gonna get a mix of X-Men versus Avengers in there. I have
a bunch of friends who will shit on me because they're just like, dude, you gotta let go of your love for Civil War as a comic book and just know that what they did was the closest they could do with what they had.
They didn't have all the toys.
Exactly.
They don't have all the toys.
You don't do the story.
You get your little Lego piece here to be Spider-Man and fly around.
Yeah.
Over here. You get your other little guy over here.
If you're honestly mad at Civil War that long, like it's my favorite. It's like after Winter Soldier. That's number 2.
No, the thing is this: I'm not saying the film is a bad film,
but
I'm saying to call it Civil War is not cool because Civil War is much. No, because hold on. Civil War is much. First of all, way beyond just the Avengers.
Yes.
In fact, one of the best story arcs in that whole comic series is not about Avengers. It's Wolverine's story arc.
Yeah,
and it's so much bigger because you didn't have a person who destroyed an entire block, including a school full of children.
You would need a 3-season, 13 episodes.
No, because you could have literally started at the beginning of just an explosion in a newsreel, and then you could have went in. You could have skipped so much.
Wait,
is that not how it started?
It does. They do have that.
No, but I'm saying like it wasn't. How can I say it? They never chased the guy who did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Nitro.
It was between themselves. Yeah. It's not between themselves.
He just liked Wolverine hunting Nitro.
Not at all.
That's what's happening.
Not at all. Because there's also Penance. Is his name Penance? Penance gets created. There's a big reverberation of things that happen.
Speedball turning into Penance.
Spider-Man tells everyone who he is.
But we got
Roger gets shot. Not all in that movie though.
Because you know what I mean? Do like one movie.
And don't call it Civil War.
And what do you want to call it? War of the Avengers?
Call it anything else.
But that's
fucking the name. You paid billions of dollars to make billions of dollars. Call it something else.
You're acting like you don't understand marketing. Come on, B.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying. You asked the question. I'm saying the answer. If you don't like the answer,
Dave,
sorry.
I think Skinny just hit the park.
I sort of agree with Dave. If the movie's called Smurfs and I go there and there's no blue people with white caps, then I'm like, yo, what the hell did you do?
But
and it's not only internal, and it's also back. There's so much more missed.
But they're gonna get people in.
Exactly. And what they gave us was a civil war between the heroes. And so they did deliver on what the title promises.
He gave me Black Panther.
T'Challa's actually supposed to be neutral because he has an amazing scene where he goes to either side to find moles for each other. I know Dave the story too well.
3 weeks ago when I was like arguing with my friend, and this is exactly what I said, and my friend said, "You need to let go. You need to let go."
But I do agree. I do agree that we cannot assume that we're gonna get 100%.
No, we're never going
in the movie because the way I look at the MCU is that it's its own timeline. It's its own
it is its own universe. It's literally its own universe.
Its own universe.
Yeah,
and they have to work within that universe. You can't even though there's other timelines and they're knotting it together.
We didn't get Demon in a Bottle, but you're not upset about Iron Man 2.
Exactly. No. And they were going to. They wanted to.
Demon in a Bottle is a story about Tony being an alcoholic, and that's what they're hinting at in Iron Man 2, but we didn't get a full version of that.
They didn't call it that because they didn't do the whole version of it, right?
Guy Favreau wanted to
do the Iron Man movies even have titles?
But what you're telling me is that they found another title.
They didn't know.
Then the name.
Hold on. It's just a title at all. That's the problem. That's lazier. I'm going to approach the story, and I'm just not going to tell you that's the story we're doing.
It's just, I don't want to rant about what I did last week, but it's just like my beef with Thunderbolts, how they thrice fucked up the concept of naming it Thunderbolts and then changing it to a new event. I'm not going back on this rant. You want to know?
I actually saw it on Saturday. I'm really trying to agree with you, but I can't agree with you on that.
No.
You saw it?
Go watch the episode. Go rewatch the episode. I don't want to. I articulate it very well, right. Mr. Feige. I suggest you also watch that scene. And that's twice. That's right. And that's my. I'm dismounting on that. That's
wild.
I think I can accept that without a Norman Osborn of their own, they can make Valerie, Contessa, so on and so forth.
Yeah, there's a lot of pivots, but they did it.
Right, to be the Dark Avengers. To be the Dark Avengers. But to do this, not to be the new.
Did you like it?
I liked it, and I also realized that no human in the space of anything in media is going to call, "Hey guys, I present to you the Dark Avengers." Boy, if you don't, that's
not evil.
Hold on.
Call it something else.
They're not evil.
You can call the movie Dark Avengers.
Hold on, Dave. Hold on. Even in sticking with the comic book, Norman Osborn doesn't even call them the Dark Avengers.
You're right, because he just calls them the Avengers.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And that's the thing. You shouldn't have said New Avengers at the end, or these are the New Avengers, insinuating they're the new.
You do have to call them the New Avengers because to the public, they are a new Avengers team.
They are new. Pause. The Avengers. They are the Avengers. They are a new product of it, but they are Avengers.
You understand in the comics during the New Avengers run, they were also called the New Avengers, right?
David is really out here being like, I don't understand marketing.
I understand your lazy ass.
Marketing. Not lazy, because Dave, you understand when the New Avengers came out with Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Cap, Iron Man, and Sentry. Guess what? They were marketed as New Avengers.
Cool. And that's because you just named a bunch of people who were in the New Avengers.
But I understand, because that's the thing. You're doing what I did again 2 weeks ago. You're holding so strong and true to an idea that we as fans of the comic book have to let go of, because we can't gatekeep anymore, because we need these movies to continue or they will stop making them. Speaking of...
Also, movies don't make $1 billion just because of comic book fans. Exactly. The general population.
Exactly. And speaking of things hoping to make money, Nicolas Cage's Spider-Noir coming to Prime in 2026.
Yes. I'm happy for this dude.
I guess so. Yes, skinny. Thank you. Because I watched the trailer and the first looks, and I get that we all really love Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir. I get it. He's fantastic in the role in the Spider-Verse movies. He's so funny. He brings his voice in that character when he sees the Rubik's Cube. All that stuff is perfect. But I don't know that I want a live action. I don't think I do. I don't. If I'm being honest, I don't want a live action.
I didn't even think they were going to do live action, but I will give it to them because they're keeping it black and white. And they're doing like that Sin City stuff.
Do they have a choice? It wouldn't really be.
Yeah, you can't do color with this character.
Yeah,
but I thought they would have animated it.
It's gonna come out.
I thought it would animate it, but I guess it might be a little bit cheaper, kind of, to scale it down because the sets aren't going to be big and grand. They're going to be really small and stylized, and then
people people ask for having some version of Spider-Noir being a thing. I think that
I don't remember.
I would say more animated. I would say more animated. Like people like that character. I think people would be excited to see more of that. I don't know if they want necessarily this, but
an animated TV show would be cool.
Yeah, I honestly think they should have done animated. And it just because here's the other thing: Sony Animation hasn't delivered the third Into the Spider-Verse movie.
They're working on it.
I know they are. I know they are. And shout outs to the homies because I got fam working on it. But at some point we really got to say, hey man,
this looks y'all,
you haven't delivered yet on this third movie. We're waiting a really long time. In the meantime, here's this animated Spider-Noir on Prime to hold us over because guys. I don't know about you, but I love this Spider-Man movie. I got the frames and the figures here. I'm not as excited for this third movie as I should be because the wait has been really long.
It's just
you almost you forgot what happened,
right? But it's just funny how Across the Spider-Verse is now the new Detox. And, this is funny.
So are you saying that randomly, maybe tomorrow they're gonna shadow drop a new album?
Yes, just random new movies. Hey, look, a Miles Morales TV series. We're like, no.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting. I'm excited for it, but I'm also not excited for it because
I'm kind of excited just because it's something else. Spider-Man, there's so much,
of course,
different Spider-Man stuff that we could.
So you're excited for Spider-Noir because it's just something different.
Up a 52 card deck of here's all these damn Spider-Man. Let's take one and do one thing with it. It doesn't have to be a continuous series. It should be a one-off.
I hope it's a limited series.
I hope it's a limited
series. I really don't want Spider-Noir to be more than a limited series.
And I kind of do like when Nicolas Cage does comic book stuff. I find he does really
yes, because he's a nerd.
He's a nerd, yeah.
Kick-Ass was good. Kick-Ass was actually really good.
He's great as Daddy. What's his name?
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Yeah.
His Big Daddy was amazing. I always look at when I really watched it. I was like, why is he speaking like that as Big Daddy? I was like, oh, in his mind, he's old. He's older than us, and his Batman of reference is
Adam West.
Is Adam West. So that's why he's talking like Adam West, because that's in his mind. That's his badass.
No, I get it. I understand. Nicolas Cage is a deep nerd. We know how much money he spent on Superman comics and all that jazz. We get it. All that. I just feel that, like Ness said, who asked for this? Who specifically live action? Specifically live action.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Are you one that wanted live action? Oh no, you want to jump in? Okay.
Oh, we have the answer.
Dave out here doesn't know marketing, but it's in the conference room.
Oh, wow.
Nicolas Cage asked for it.
That's fair. Yeah,
exactly.
That's annoying. That's annoying that you're right.
Nicolas Cage needs money at all times. Because of a bunch of bad decisions, and this is an easy cash.
I tried and dunk on you, and you rejected the dunk. All right.
Oh yeah, no, nothing but net. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jumbo says no.
I stepped on top.
Yeah, he said no.
Nicolas Cage continues.
And Nicolas Cage.
You don't love, but Nicolas Cage.
Oh, we're not.
We've talked about it already.
I know.
Listen, I have already had a lot of hurt tonight. I don't need this.
Yeah, you're hurting. I don't.
I'm
understand.
allowed to express my feelings.
Yeah, man.
Sure,
Let her
sure.
open up, you
Hey,
haterade.
Go ahead. Next, it's Will Ferrell. Who else?
No.
What other childhood heroes do you want to hate on?
Actually, next
But
it's
I get annoyed with Nicolas Cage now because he's really lazy now,
I agree with you on that.
and he just does things for a paycheck, an easy
I
paycheck.
think there's some stuff where he actually does his thing and acts, and there's other stuff where he's
Back
like,
then.
he's just collecting the paycheck. He's got to pay the taxes.
That's all he's been doing the
gotta pay
past 10
taxes.
years.
Hey guys,
like,
wouldn't you though? Like,
I don't think I don't think he's ever been the same since the Ghost Riders. Because let's make it clear, he loves Ghost Riders so much that he has like a super huge Ghost Rider like face tattoo on his shoulder. And
Oh,
ever
really?
since those didn't do well, I've noticed a little bit of a twitch. Twitch off.
What was that movie he did where he had to find his daughter, and he goes insane and stuff? I heard
Is that
was
Wicker Man?
actually really good. Huh?
Is that Wicker Man? No.
No,
Wait.
no.
let's not reanalyze his whole
Okay,
career because we already know.
Yeah. We've done this.
We've already done this, and that's just don't fuck with the man. Which
I don't. I mean,
I still say go check out Pig, but fine. If that's how you
it.
feel, that's how you feel.
That I know.
Yeah.
That I know.
Michael Fassbender, speaking of X-Men and Magneto,
what he
Michael
doing?
Fassbender and Arnold Schwarzenegger are appearing in Kung Fury 2, an insane 10-minute sizzle reel leaked. Because right now it's is it CinemaCon that's happening? Because there's a lot of upfronts that's happening because
Yeah.
people are leaking stuff.
I think what happened was this movie was in the works since 2020.
Right. Because the first one
And-
came out in 2015.
Yeah, and then there was like this big push to get it out and everything, and then it kind of fizzled. So now I think they're trying to probably the person leaked it to try to drum up more support for it so it can actually come out.
I'm trying to see.
What is Kung Fury?
Kung Fury is 1985. This guy time travels to kill Hitler. Is that what I'm remembering?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a YouTube
My
short
type of
film.
movie. Polish.
YouTube short film. Yeah.
And then like you can go and watch that, and then it's like and then the sequel is like a full-blown movie with actual big-time actors and stuff like that,
which is always amazing.
Yeah, which is it's shocking. It's surprising the guy actually got the funds together to do it, and it looked pretty cool. Check out This Is Real while it's still up before it gets taken down.
Oh,
this is not that first person movie there, is it?
No.
That? Okay.
No, that's Henry Danger or something.
Yeah.
No,
Kung Fury is like guy with a red bandana and it's like looks like 1980s like kung fu action, but like he's a cop from the 80s and he goes back in time and he comes back forward in time. It's really silly.
Love it. I actually had a whole rant about our next thing that I was gonna go on.
I don't have that much time, IG.
No, we don't. But I also don't have to because everything I was gonna rant about in like 48 hours got resolved. I was gonna rant about the fact that Ironheart was getting no promo from Disney whatsoever. No one was caring about it. No one was talking about it. And in 48 hours, we got a Ryan Coogler featurette and a full trailer.
Yeah.
This is a little disrespectful for it to be this late, but we got it all in a short span. And
Sinners did well. That's why Sinners make money.
Thank you.
No, it's because the racists are going to cook it, so they were trying to hold off on giving them a full month long of racist push.
True.
And let's not give them a full month or 2 months to bury the shit out of this show.
Big facts.
So how about we just throw it in there, and then
it's like a last little slap in the face.
I saw on the trailer were a little bit silly in the sense of like, oh, Tony Stark couldn't figure this out, but this girl just makes it, and it's like, but excuse me, we already have Spider-Man, and Tony Stark wouldn't get Spider-Man.
We know, Dub. We know.
That's the problem.
But you already have the Tinkerer in the universe. Mm-hmm. Tinkerer is in the universe. That was in the first Spider-Man movie. But no, this girl can't figure out stuff.
They're just bitter people, and we understand that. I think one of the things that I both like and find annoying a little bit is that the fact that it starts and they're leaning on executive producer Ryan Coogler. It's just like, I know Sinners
happens a lot though.
No, I know. I get that.
Yeah, but this is blatant.
Yeah, but
in there.
But also, like, you didn't have to wait for Sinners to do well. Ryan
if it
Coogler,
didn't do well, would you have done that?
Because Ryan Coogler already has so many successful things. Why are you only waiting till after Sinners? Like, I know Ryan couldn't help do promo for this as much because he was working on Sinners and promoting the hell out of Sinners. I get that. But just say Ryan Coogler, executive producer.
Yeah.
Damn.
No matter what.
Because he has tons of successful movies.
Creed, just that.
Yes.
What?
Creed 2,
Fruitvale Station?
That too.
Fruitvale Station. Yeah. But also, like, Delphi is the name of the gym. They're making a series about that now. Like, the man been successful. You didn't need to
He
wait.
also did Judas and the Black Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
He did Creed 1, yes.
He did Creed 1. 2 and 3 were directed by other people. 3 was.
But he's still produced. That's the thing. He's still, like, all of these are all things he's produced. And the things he's directed
on a Disney thing. They're going to say the thing that he worked on with them.
True.
No, I know.
He didn't do this one. I thought he did.
I'm just saying executive produced by Ryan Coogler. You put that at the beginning of this one, and it's already kind of a hint of like, yeah, we get it. He executive produced this, and he's been directing and executive producing successful things and IPs everywhere and also here. Like, that's the opportunity to take advantage of how well he's doing. But I feel like they didn't think to do that until like, this comes out in a month. Maybe we start putting a little shine on it.
No,
you know,
man,
it comes out June 24th.
June 24th.
They had 10 more days, and it would have been officially like.
Yes, dude. They literally, and I know the thing that Disney does, and I get it. They do this whole thing where once we have one thing out, we don't tend to push another. So Andor ending and this ad coming out at the same time, I get it. I understand why they did it in this timeline, but it still feels really disrespectful because I would say the audiences are different enough. Like, yes, you're going to have a lot of crossover from the nerd audience, but it's just different enough that you know the people that are going to watch Ironheart and the people who are watching Andor will have some crossover, but ultimately the Venn diagrams don't cross over that much. There's going to be a lot of like, there's going to be a significant amount of like people who don't necessarily fuck with Marvel watching this.
Yeah, certain people's heads would explode.
Iron Man, the next generation. It's Ironheart. It's completely different.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it though.
Same, very excited. I think Riri looks fantastic, and Red and Hood.
Yeah, Hood looks nice. I don't like the actor because I just don't.
Anthony
trust his
Ramos.
Face. I don't trust his face. Everything he's in, I'm just like, nah, man, fuck you, nigga.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
maybe he's in a bad guy too much, or I don't know, but something about his face I don't fuck with.
He's actually, but in the last Transformers movie,
he's actually the main dude.
I liked him in that.
I'm gonna have to look at his face. Oh fuck.
He's the link between.
I haven't seen these before, and now I know why I hate his face.
This man said,
wait,
I
he's the guy from the last Transformers?
Yeah, he's the guy from the last Transformers.
I can't look at that for an hour and a half. Fuck that, dog.
Damn.
Wait, why are you hating on him so much?
I didn't like him in that movie, to be quite honest.
Don't like his face. What else has he been in?
I didn't.
Something in it.
Anthony Ramos has been
something else
of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see Hamilton. Go on.
Try again.
He was in. We probably have.
He's in the Heights.
He's in the Heights.
I didn't say.
He's in Hamilton. He's in Transformers: Rise of the Beast. He's in Twisters. Okay, in Twisters he plays a sleazy character, so I know, like, coming off of that.
But where have I seen him from where I don't like him? TV? Has he been on TV?
He's probably been. Yeah, he's probably been on. I feel like he did Disney stuff or something.
Give me something.
I don't know. I don't see
off
TV
at some point, but I don't like his face.
I think you don't like his face. I think that's the only thing.
Nah, man, I couldn't be like a couple Transformers commercials that me.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
What is it?
He's Mars in She's Gotta Have It. Spike Lee's redone version, where he plays the nerdy Puerto Rican with the big glasses and the.
That's what.
Yeah. Spike Lee Mars has got to be.
Yeah, he plays his version of Mars.
Yep, that's for sure. Yep. That's it. That's exactly it.
As soon as I saw it, that's why Skinny don't fuck with him, because he played the way he played
over the top.
Yeah.
He's too over the top. Spike Lee was way too over the top as Mars.
I can have a Mars sweater, okay? Like,
dude, I gotta say, I agree with Skinny. Like, when I watched the show, he's so heavy with the Mars list. Like,
I had a hard time finishing that shit because of him.
Yeah, he's. I like the show, but his version of Mars is.
I thought the whole point of Marge is that he's supposed to be that annoying.
Yes, but like he did it too well.
Bad directing.
Spike Lee's catching strays today.
So now she's going against Will Ferrell.
Whoa! It was a joke.
Like what's it, bro? Where's the line that starts becoming sus?
I love Spike Lee.
No Cage, no Will Ferrell, Spike Lee.
No, she's gonna see Highest to Lowest and will probably give it a favorable review.
Oh yeah, she butters up after she makes the claim.
We'll wait.
I side with Akeem.
And then
I mean, him in Transformers.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, you Google him. He's too pretty, man. Why are you looking at the camera like that? You don't have to listen. I have light skins,
so he's not light skin. I mean,
too pretty.
I love putting light skin on a guy, like light skin Latino. It's just like he's not even black, guys. Like he's Latino. We can't throw that on him.
He's still a light skin Afro. He's still a light skin Latino.
Yeah, he is. That's fair. I'll give you that.
Hair, man. Come on.
He's stolen some guy's girl at one point.
Hair.
I don't fuck with him. All right, man. Fuck that, bro. Yeah, Brian, you know what it is.
That is the wildest claim.
No,
it's hey.
He's not wrong.
Skinny's gonna be telling his daughters no
talking about racist shit, and then you're saying
Anthony Ramos being a pretty boy who stole some guy's girl is a fact, and we can all acknowledge it.
Yeah, man.
It's a statement.
You for sure ruined the nigga's prom. What? What?
That is
can't believe
that
is the name of it. You ruined. You got
Anthony
that.
Ramos.
Should be the name. That should be the name of the
Anthony
episode.
Ramos.
That is hilarious. Wow, that is freaking.
What's
hilarious.
wrong, Tony? Your Brenda left me, man. Anthony came through and he just smiled and then she left. I don't know.
Man, I
So
remember
good.
my prom.
So good.
Yeah.
Ramos stole my girl. Look at what we called him.
Screaming in the
Every year at the high school, there's just one guy who's just like Ramos as he walks with her.
like he walks in the middle of the gym, falls on his knees, screaming.
The hard R rule. Ramos! I love it. All right.
Oh my god.
Bill, you have to leave. This is
So
getting
good.
sad.
Let's talk about it
Good
real
in
quick.
Hamilton though.
Yeah, he is really good.
Hey,
Does he pay you? Hamilton? Wait. In Hamilton, does he steal someone's girl?
No.
Ah, that would have been so great.
Do we dare to do it? Superman, the trailer.
I've been trying to avoid this like the plague, so I really.
I'm ending it here because I'm gonna sign out. But that
I don't watch these trailers for
that shit looks hard, and I don't care for DC, and that shit looks super hard.
I got it.
Really?
Because you know how I feel, and even I have to say, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh man, this one looks kind of good."
Yeah, man. Like, they have
Really?
Superman talking
I
like
didn't
he
watch it
talks
'cause
like
I
a
was like, I'm
25,
not
2025 man. Like it's dope. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
he's not on some like
I gotta
gumshoes
watch it.
shit. Like, no, Superman's with it. I'm with
Well,
him.
I liked how they did the beginning,
Yeah,
and he's getting questioned,
yeah,
and he's like getting super mad.
yeah. And his
Yes,
voice deepens.
that's what I
His
need,
voice
that's what I need.
deepens. Oh man, it was nice. Oh, I'm being called
There
out.
you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank
All right,
you.
man.
Well,
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
so we got this the latest trailer, an official trailer too, because we've gotten a lot of teasers, and I gotta say I'm tired of these teasers. The only real teaser I've seen recently is the Godzilla King Kong teaser that came out, which was actually just the name and the year. That's a teaser.
Yeah.
That's what an actual teaser used to be. Back in my day, a teaser was just a name.
It was
That's
5 seconds.
5 seconds. So all these other things where they're showing us full trailers annoys me.
Our trailers and actual commercials. That's
Yeah.
why when you
Are
do
you
this,
trying not to
I'm
look at the
trying
trailer?
so hard not to look at the trailer.
Why are you trying not
Because
to?
I don't. So I only watch.
This is
the
fascinating.
trailers.
For anyone who's listening, if you're
looking,
please go to the
I've
YouTube
been avoiding
to watch
the
Dave
screen.
looking
It's
away.
so annoying. It's
He
so
looks-
annoying that you're doing this.
But we're doing a
No,
podcast.
I understand. But had you give me that warning, I would have like
I'm gonna put us like
figured.
this.
I would have figured something else out. I'll just close my eyes. That's the best thing I got.
This is
At
a
least
weird.
there's no sound, Dave. You can't
No,
even.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because for me, I'll put it this way. You
Let's
guys know I
hear
love
this.
Deadpool, right?
So who's
Of course.
And I
Yeah.
remember when I watched that. So for when Deadpool came out, the only thing I ever saw was him jumping down from onto the car.
Oh,
Once I
the
saw that, that's
overpass.
the second I saw that, I was like, I'm not
Teaser?
watching anything else. I want to see this live, right? And when I I went to a party or something after I had seen it, and
This is
only one
hilarious,
other
by the way.
person watched it. And when I was describing to him, like, oh man, yeah, there's this scene where like he shoots but uses one bullet to like kill 3 people. I thought it was great. He's like, yeah, but you saw that 1,000 times in the trailer. I'm like, yeah, but it was fucking cool. He's like, well, yeah, I guess, but I was desensitized of it because of the trailer. I'm like, ever since then, I don't like seeing like the real trailers, because the real trailers, the ones that are like, well,
I think it's
like you're saying it didn't have the same effect.
No, exactly. Because like when I saw it, I'm like, it's the cool. That whole scene was cool, but the guy was talking to me. He was like, well, half that scene was ruined because of the trailer.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So,
I get it. I
like,
often avoid trailers as
so-
much as I can.
And this Superman film is seeming to be more and more like how I've always wanted a Superman film to be, like, you know, actual physical contact and shit more often. Because like Man of Steel was,
Yeah, this is
good,
looking kind of
but-
good.
so, yeah. So I really don't want to see the visuals. So that's the only
fair,
reason
but
why
I
I'm
think
trying to
fair.
avoid it.
But I do
Is it over?
understand that this
Yeah,
trailer.
it's over now.
Thank you.
I do understand that with this
So
trailer,
funny.
they kind of have to show you a lot just because Superman has been on such a big decline, a heavy, just
Tell me about it.
cratered decline.
who's-
The IP's not really hitting
Yes.
like it used to.
I
100%.
haven't been following Superman. Who's this new guy playing?
Smallville has been a long time ago.
Cornsworth, I think is his name. He was a actor, David Cornsweet. Sorry, and Rachel
Hey.
Corn Sweat is
Oh,
his
he
actual
kind
name?
of looks like
Cornsweet. CORENSWET.
Unique last name.
He was in the show with our boy Punisher, John Barenthal. We Run This City. He plays the cop that investigates
Oh,
and finds
Okay.
things a little weird, and then it
Why
like
does
goes.
he kind of look like Henry Cavill?
because
I
Henry
mean-
Cavill was the best stereotypical Superman looking version of Superman.
Yeah,
So,
that I
yeah.
got. But these
Yeah, but that's
guys I'm
why.
saying kind of look alike.
But it's
Yeah.
because, but that's what I'm saying though. Like Henry Cavill is as if you just literally drew Superman. So
Yeah,
they're trying to look.
But
like,
I would also point
know?
out Superman is such a generic, like just
Yeah.
white
Yeah,
guy
that's
that
true.
any average
There's a lot of them.
dark-haired white guy would look kind of like Superman. Like if we gave this
But a
guy's
tall build.
blue, tall build. If we gave Dave blue contacts and cleaned up his hair, shaved off the beard, his ass would probably look like Superman too.
no,
Like,
no, I appreciate the compliment. Absolutely.
Well, he's a little smaller
okay, you
though.
look like Clark. Is that better?
No, I don't look good.
He's a little.
But
He's
he's
a
a
little
handsome
smaller
fellow.
Than Cavill.
Yeah, he is smaller.
Yeah.
It's a smaller.
You can tell
th-
even in
it's
the
a more
trailer.
grounded version of Superman, I think, is what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Well, I
So-
mean, Superman was never necessarily depicted as like tall. Like he's not short. He's not Wolverine, but
No,
like, he's not.
Oh, but
taller,
he's like
as in
6'2",
size.
something like
Yeah,
that.
but
his
no,
size.
Like, oh, you mean like his chest
Wide,
and
yeah.
stuff?
His
Well,
wide,
no,
like-
I
Compared
think
to Henry Cavill, like Henry Cavill is jacked.
Well,
Yeah.
isn't the
This
joke
guy's not
that
going for that.
isn't the joke that Batman and Superman kind of have the same build?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
In the comic
Yeah.
book, they have
Oh,
the
When
yeah, I
they
didn't know
stand
that.
beside each other, they're
yeah,
mirrors of each other.
and that's one of the jokes. There's one
Oh,
issue of the
interesting.
comic book where Superman and Lois and Batman and Catwoman exchange costumes.
Yeah,
So like Catwoman and Lois like swap, and Superman and Batman swap. Just I don't know why they do that in the comic book. It seems like it's done for shits and giggles, but it's pretty funny.
In
Yeah.
one of the animated series, something happens with Batman in relation to Bane, and then Bane fights Batman again and gets his ass whooped, but gets flung around, and it turns out it's Superman.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was good. That
Yeah.
was good too. Yeah.
yeah, because that's what they could do. Well, I mean, not necessarily Batman for Superman, but Superman has multiple times like just been Batman
Yeah.
for presentation and whatnot. And it's because it's believable that when he puts on the suit, he looks basically like him.
Yeah. Guys, that's all the stuff we had. Oh no, I stand corrected. Peacemaker. Peacemaker
So
season
this is
2.
just-
Speaking of
this is a
Superman,
news episode. There is no discussion of.
I mean,
shows this out. and I say that in a perfect way. I'm so
yeah.
happy, but there's so much news.
I would want to discuss because like I wanted to discuss Andor. I'll probably give it a 2 seconds at the end. I know you want to talk to residents, you want to talk 4 seasons, but I just feel like there's just been so much news and so many cool things that happen. If we're gonna talk about this stuff,
Let's do it.
So Peacemaker season 2, the trailer dropped. A lot of people were very excited because we see the Justice Gang, which is what people are calling the Justice League characters: Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, and not Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, played by Nathan Fillion, that we just saw in the Superman trailer, which you Sorry.
Oh no,
spoiler.
that was in the
teasing,
original.
Well, we knew this. He knew
teasing.
this.
He's just being a dick.
I'm totally being a dick. But they're now in this trailer for Peacemaker season 2, in which at least 2 of them, Mr. Terrific's not there, but we do see Hawkgirl, who's played by Isabella Marquez, who's currently on a super hot streak because she's on The Last of Us playing Dina, and even though she was in the failed Spider-Woman movie, Madam Web, her stock is so high right now because she got this
and that's a testament to how good of a work she is that she could overcome Madam Web.
Honestly,
like I'm just gonna say that.
Her and Sydney Sweeney, like the timing on all their other projects were so good because they managed to not get affected by this.
I think they realized how bad it was going to be and made the safety net around them.
Yeah, they really did. Their teams seem to figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we get to see those 2 in the trailer. They're interviewing Peacemaker because he wants to join what I'm pretty sure is the Justice Gang, because the logo on their chest looks like a JG, not like a JL. So I know people have been joking it's called Justice Gang. I'm not 100% sure. But all that to say, the trailer is kind of like a crazy adventure, usual stuff. And then at the end, we see Cena or Peacemaker go through a door in, you know, that weird place where his dad's uniform was in season 1, kind of that weird,
like his pockets. They're
like a pocket space.
Yeah,
he goes through another door, and when he goes through that door, he sees a different Peacemaker.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that's them setting up how the universes
can tie.
Oh
and
my God! That's what they're doing. I hate you, and I don't like it.
What? I was going to say, after time and time again, they finally answered Doc's questions, and the only reason why he's upset is because they have an answer, and he thought they were never going to have an answer, and he wants to shit on this so bad, and he's just upset. I didn't see, you can see it in his face, like, no, he's just upset that he can't bitch about it. This is great. He wanted Shazam 2, and he's not allowed to have it.
I hate you for being accurate, you bastard.
I think you have a call. There's a call on your phone. It's James Gunn. Says, fuck you. I threw that shit.
That's so great. I was like, why is he so upset? This is such a good idea. Like, it's because it's such a potential good idea that if this is it, you're going to be wrong.
Hold on.
But this is great. This is a flip of the coin, because if they don't do that, you have twice the amount to bitch. Have you thought of it that way?
Hold on.
Remember, bitching is not good for your blood pressure. We're all getting older now.
Hold on.
Serenity now.
I am not holding a grudge. I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just saying, if this is how they're doing it, yes, I'm happy they're answering my question. As much as it annoys me to get like a quick, easy answer, like, oh, it's just the multiverse. I'm like, oh, fuck you. That's so easy. Fine, it's the multiverse. But if that's what they're doing, also, that is a little annoying. Can we all admit that if the quick, dirty way James Gunn is just like, all right, how do I get my show that I created that I don't want to let go of into this same universe that I'm now rebuilding? Multiverse? Yeah, okay, Marvel's doing it. Bong. 1 second scene, multiverse, we're done. That does feel a little quick and easy. Now, I know it's a trailer, so I don't know what else happens, and I will give Gunn a chance, but I still am a little annoyed.
First of all, completely worth it if it's going to get him that riled up. 1, 2. It is the best solution if that's the solution, because
it's pretty much the only solution.
No, it's not just that. You have been saying for a while,
I hate it,
is that you want them to be done with the past, just get it out and go on with it. And that's exactly what he's doing by doing that quick answer and just moving on with it.
Yes, that is fair. I just want it dead, though. I don't want a quick...
Well, you don't know for sure. All you know, he destroys the other universe. It's Peacemaker. That's possible.
And he saves his character. Listen, he's not Molecular Man with Miles Morales. Like, don't do this crap. Like,
dude, I don't care. I can't wait. Oh my gosh.
Whatever, man.
Because it's going to be great. Because we're going to either get rage, that he gets double rage because this doesn't happen, or B, it's going to be rage because he can't say anything.
Whatever.
It's going to be rage because I can't say anything, because I already know they're probably going to fix it, and I'm very annoyed that they're going to fix it so perfectly.
I'm going to say whatever, man. The rest of it is Chinatown. Walk away.
Oh my god.
That was all the news we had, and it literally brought us to 5 minutes before the end. I'll just say Andor, they guys, they stuck the landing. I'll give a more detailed review, but I gotta say, if you were gonna find a way, and this is the crazy part, because Andor is a prequel to Rogue One, which is a prequel to Star Wars. So if you really wanted to, you could watch all of Andor, then go straight into Rogue One, then go straight into Star Wars, and you're getting, I don't know, like over 24 hours of content, at all for what, like leading up to like the 2 weeks of the Star Wars film, like the story in Star Wars, you're getting all this runway, and it all builds up so well. Every single character, hell, we should get Tony Gilroy to do X-Men. Every single character gets an arc, gets their story is told. You get the depth of their story, and it's all, like, I couldn't fathom that you would finish everyone. Like, there's just so many characters. I was like, there's no way you can get to everyone. And they managed to get to every single character. By the end of the episode, before Rogue One, everyone is in place. And if they're not in place, they're where they need to be or in the ground. And you watch it and you're just like, how did you do that? How do you take that much story and know that it has an endpoint? Like, you can't change too much because this endpoint here has to come into play. And somehow they did it. So shout outs to Tony Gilroy and Diego Luna and that whole cast and crew for Andor, because I got to say, I usually like to shit on shows a little bit, but that is one of the most impressive landings I've ever seen for a TV show. They did it. They stuck the landing.
I'm not gonna preview anything. I'm just gonna talk about Resonance next week. But because you also threw in another name for the directing of X-Men, I'm gonna shoot another one. Give it to Bo DeMaio.
Sir,
come on,
get the fuck out of here. Bo DeMaio, who has no relationship with Disney, you're crazy.
I feel like the bridge is burned with Disney.
It's burned. Dude, they burned and salted the ground on either side of the bridge so you can't build again. Like,
I was just saying because I thought it'd be funny.
You're crazy.
I'm just in a good mood because of the realization
God
of your
damn it.
Peacemaker.
Ness, hit us. What? Anything you want to add for the 4 seasons, or or you want to save it for another time?
Oh, well, no, it's fine. I just wanted to say that I enjoyed it. It's I don't know if it's based on anything.
Who's in 4? I actually don't know much about 4 seasons. I'm sorry.
It's a new show on Netflix, starring Steve Carell, Coleman Domingo,
Will Forte, no?
Tina Fey.
Oh, Tina Fey.
Yeah. There's a couple other people, but that's who I can remember right now. But it's about
produced by Alan Alda.
Oh,
yeah, it's about 3 couples.
Okay.
3 couples. They're friends, and they've been friends for a while. And basically, it's called 4 seasons because it's takes you through their life in the 4 seasons.
Okay.
So like it starts in I think it starts in the winter or spring or whatever. Spring. It goes into spring, summer, winter, and then the last season.
Okay.
But it's kind of reminds me of Couples Retreat.
Okay. Is that the one with Vince Vaughn and
Yeah, that's the one with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all the same storyline, but basically it's called 4 seasons because each season these group of friends go on a trip together.
Oh wow, they got money then. I don't know anybody who goes on a trip with a friend every 3 months. You go on a trip.
Yeah, but it's not always like a luxury. Sometimes it's like a chalet type thing.
Be like camping or something,
do.
bro. Like it could just be going down the street.
You got camping money for 4 times a year?
Camping money? It's like
camping is cheap.
Yeah, dude. But how much? How do you wait? Hold on. How
I don't go camping.
Expensive camping is. Other than buying your food and stuff. How expensive is it?
Camping is ways.
Brian goes glamping.
Camping don't exist to me. This thing with people sleep on dirty rocks. What y'all crazy out there?
Probably going to a chalet or something.
Jesus. If camping to me is a chalet with an outhouse that is actually really nice. And that's the lowest quality
glamping.
I would.
But yeah, exactly.
Call it what you want and call it. I'm a fucking glampaholic.
Even that, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that crazy expensive, especially if you're dividing between 6 people.
I have no clue how much this stuff costs.
Yeah,
Anyway.
No, but I'm just saying
it's
it's 3 couples, it's 6 people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, I don't think that's the moral of the story of whether or not they could financially. I don't think the concept is whether or not they could count.
Lotus here. We're not saying that it's that. Like,
Jaws made a good point though. Also, y'all get that much vacation? Y'all just going on the
if they're that up
for all you vacation a week, like okay.
I love how this is what you guys are focused on.
I know, right? He's like, are the statistics of this real? Is this really? This is so unbelievable, guys. Let's talk about Superman because that's way more.
No, it is unbelievable to me.
Than this.
I'm not gonna watch this. Brian's like, I'm not gonna watch this. I can't relate.
It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic.
Doc, remember,
every 3 months go on a trip. White people.
remember, Doc. Some people could take a vacation and their job does not implode on itself.
Come on,
That's good. That's good.
I feel.
Like,
no, I don't think that's
a good cast.
You used to
okay?
think that.
Good
You used to
cast.
refuse
You
to
know,
take vacations. Sir.
I refused to take vacation because I just didn't want to have to deal with the crap when I came back. Everyone knows when you come back in that email, the email inbox is 115 emails. You want to light your computer on fire. Like I hate that crap.
I know why. I know why Brian's picking at this so badly.
Because I don't think I should go on vacation.
No,
4 times a year.
because you're so disappointed about the fact that you can no longer shit on Peacemaker that you got to try and find posts.
This man.
I'm dismounting. Good night. Tip your waitress.
He's living
He's
living his best life because I got to. Anyways, guys, I don't know. All right, so we go on vacation 4 times a year.
Anyways,
yeah,
money. Check it out. It's just about them.
Wait, you know what? This whole time we're talking about camping. Ness, are they just going on cheap vacations? You actually know the answer. Are these cheap trips that they go on 4 times a year?
Some of them are like chalet type of vacations.
But a chalet for 6 people isn't cheap.
No, it is. It can
3 room.
You,
a 3-room chalet is not.
It's 6 people. In which case, there's only 3 rooms.
3-room chalet
instead of buying one.
But a 3-room chalet for a weekend.
From what I remember, they did one on like at a hotel, and they did one at on a camping site, and they did one like at a chalet. So it's not like
it's
crazy.
So now that we got through the logistics, no more hate for peacekeeper
like,
person. Can we go on to the point of the story?
Well, we're not going to get full review. Done.
But to answer Brian, they do technically in the show have good jobs.
Thank you.
So like,
that's what I expected. All I know is I looked at this poster, and these are people with money.
Hold on. But Brian,
but
it's funny.
You watch.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't have
all the shows have money. Yeah, guys, don't get me wrong. I understand TV doesn't want to talk about money. The whole point of television is for us to ignore money, and everyone just seems everyone's just rich. It's just unlimited resources to do whatever you want.
What was that show?
You have a decent job, you're stable, you're rich.
Yes, you live in I'm sorry, we could go all the way back to Friends, where these weirdos had these big ass apartments in New York, and everyone was supposed to go, yeah, that makes sense. The fuck it did. Even Jerry's apartment doesn't make sense for his income.
Girl. Their loft apartment was so big and nice.
In LA, yo.
And half the time, like half of them were unemployed. I was like,
yes. Look at these rich white people.
They could just
that's it. Not every show can be dead.
Why? If it's 3 couples, why are we missing people in this poster?
No, it's just that.
Like only the known actors may be in the poster.
By the way, I'm showing the poster for the 4 seasons.
It's starring all of them and Steve Carell.
It's just missing Steve Carell and somebody else.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why are they not in it?
Because I think Steve Carell is somebody's.
This is like your Jessica Jones one. They had to screen out further back so they could put in the other characters.
I'm telling you, if Jessica Jones is not on the side of the wall when we come back, they the missed opportunity. Anyways,
hey, it was an enjoyable watch, and I think it's only like 6 episodes.
Oh, okay.
All right. 27 to 35 minutes an episode range. So that's a oneer for me. I could sit through and watch the whole thing in one sitting.
If I'm not mistaken,
building Lego.
I think
maybe I'll do that this
Fey
weekend.
Is a writer.
Oh, Tina Fey. If you're gonna have Tina Fey on your set and not have her help with the writing, you are making a mistake. That would be like
she's one of the creators, actually.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That dude, that would be like having Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is there on your your baseball team. And you
bench him,
and you guys have him on the bench just giving commentary. Like, shut the fuck up.
Though, in the show, obviously Coleman Domingo is amazing.
Shines like a star. Fantastic.
But I was gonna say Tina Fey and her husband in the show, amazing chemistry.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it. I loved it. The wordplay, the writing.
Is Tina Fey the one that starred in Whiskey Tango Foxtrot?
I think
No.
so.
No?
No, I don't think so.
I could be wrong.
Every time I hear Tina Fey, I think Mean Girls.
Yeah, she
You
does.
don't think 30 Rock?
Tina Fey is in Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, and she's fantastic in that movie.
The film. I was thinking of something else. Sorry.
Yeah, I was talking about the film. I honestly, like, this is going to turn into a little bit of a Tina Fey moment, but I have yet to see her do a bad movie. Like
Mean Girls the musical.
Yeah, but I
There's a
can't count
movie?
that. Yeah, there's a movie of it. I can't count that.
She's the one that wrote it.
Yeah, but she wrote the book and the good movie, and then they decided to make a musical.
The musical.
Yeah, the musical is actually, I saw the musical here in Montreal, but then they made a musical of the movie, and that's where they fucked up.
Oh, okay.
I can't say that she
horrendous.
Yeah, but I can't say she fucked that up as much as the movie's just bad because you didn't need songs in Mean Girls. Mean Girls is already a good movie.
Yeah, but she also didn't rewrite the story
at all.
The musical. It's literally the same exact story. There's even same lines.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I remember her talking about the creative process of it, and it was something along the lines of
there's no creativity in that.
No, well, it was along the lines of, I created Mean Girls, and at some point they were going to do a musical of it. So either I could let somebody else take my baby and do it, or I just take my baby and ruin it myself. I would rather I'd rather be the one with my baby than have someone else.
Right, but you're not meant to write musicals.
No, she's not. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad.
Stick to comedy.
I don't put that solely on her.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
But at the same time,
yeah,
I don't know.
Shout out to Tina Fey. We cool, Tina.
We're cool too.
I don't know. You like to attack actors, so you.
I was just mad because I was like,
you're on a bunch of people's hit lists already.
I was just mad at her musical because it's like she ruined. I don't know. For
Nicholas?
me, like, you could have just left the Mean Girls the movie and let it be its iconic.
Yeah, true. It is iconic, and it is weird
on its own.
Yeah, agreed.
You didn't have to do a musical adaptation of it. Like,
no, it's very weird.
They want to do it on Broadway. Cool, let them. But like, to do
you didn't need to make a movie of the Broadway. Like, why? Who'd need? No one asked.
Just like shat on the original one. Like, it just...
But again, I think they were going to do it anyway, and she was like.
No, but I think they already did it. They already did a Broadway show.
They did the Broadway show, but they didn't need to film a film of the Broadway. Like that, she could have said no to. You don't need to do that.
And it wasn't like it was it's not like they recorded the play on stage like they did with Hamilton.
Like Hamilton, yeah.
Like it was literally they turned it into a musical movie. And
so it's the
no
movie
sense.
again, but with songs.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. The exact same lines delivered, and then suddenly song, which is not in the original movie. And you're just like, and it almost feels like a fever dream because you're just like,
literally.
I've watched this movie, and this version makes me feel like I'm crazy.
I want to see a fan edit where it's the original movie,
and they cut in the
edits in the musical number.
Yes, that would be hilarious.
That would have probably been better.
Yeah. Honestly, that would be so funny. I would watch that version. Guys, we went over time, but we had a fun time. Crazy episode. We started off with some insanity, a lot of news for you guys, so make sure you check out all that stuff and stay informed. We go through a lot of different sites and stuff, Variety, Deadline, The Hollywood Reporter. We listen to like the podcast of Town and stuff like that for the industry stuff. But if you want to just hear us rant about it, please just continue to listen to us on Wednesdays, 7:15 p.m. here on FX8 Media. GeekCypha.com is the website. Guys, anything you want to tell the people?
Check out Transformer Slag and the Toy Armada podcast with Aaron Archer on YouTube.
And June 21st, 3 days before the wonderful premiere of Ironheart, you'll be able to hang out with us at Colors. We're going to be doing an event to celebrate 420 some odd episodes of this podcast. So we'll keep you guys tuned in. And we'll be back with another one. Peace, y'all. Everybody, take care. Have a good one.
Peace.